And I understand we were supposed to talk yesterday, which was release day, but it was so crazy for you. And I hear something big happened during release day. What was that about?
It was so neat yesterday morning. I appreciate you so much for rescheduling for today. I'm a lot calmer today, so it'll be a lot more fun anyway for us. But so it was a blessing in disguise. But I really appreciate your flexibility. Yesterday we had originally 8 press interviews, so you were the last of the 8, and I had been going since 5 a.m. So it's
Yeah.
probably better because I'm a lot more fresh now. But anyway, so the day started. We were at WSM with at Opryland,
Wow.
and it was awesome with Cody and Kelly. And Kelly and I started talking about my boots, my blue cowboy boots. I have a partnership with Wet Kiss. We have our brand new boots that just launched yesterday.
Wow.
And we started chit chatting about the boots and about fashion in general. And she started to compliment my outfit. And this all happened on air. And then she said that there was a Lynn Anderson estate sale happening. And Lynn
What?
Anderson is, yes, and
Rose
Lynn Anderson,
Garden.
you know Lynn
Yeah, of
Anderson?
course.
Yes,
Yes.
Rose
Yes.
Garden, yes.
Yeah.
And so she had passed away.
Mhm.
And according to the story from her daughter, she had like 4 homes filled with garments and hats and boots and
Wow.
all this amazing belts and everything. And the family for 4 years sorted it. And it was just the stuff that it was just too much, you
Yeah.
know? So they opened up whatever was left. They took the good stuff. I mean, we got good stuff too, but I mean, they had like really, she had amazing stuff.
Yeah.
So the family took what they wanted and then created this huge estate sale. There was so much. But what was beautiful about it is the family only opened it to the industry for the first 2 days. So
Wow.
I got an appointment and we went, did not know what we were going to walk into, thought that maybe I might get a ring or maybe I might get a necklace or something. But I was there from 3 o'clock until 8 o'clock. I was
Wow.
trying on so many beautiful garments that Lynn Anderson wore all over the world. I got her hat box, this
Wow.
amazing travel hat box that she used to travel. She used to wear cowgirl hats all over the world as well as a couple gowns. I got a blue fringe jacket,
Wow.
a new belt buckle. But it was more than just the garments. It was the inspiration to be in her home, surrounded by her garments, and hear about her legacy and how similar we are.
Mhm.
Lynn Anderson and I are very similar. We're the same size, so I can wear all her stuff.
Wow. Nice.
Yes. I always wear a cowgirl hat. Not always, but she always wore a cowgirl
Mhm.
hat. Sometimes I don't, sometimes she didn't. But, it's kind of a part of our thing, especially traveling because it's easier to do your hair and stuff. And she has the same size shoe as me.
Wow.
She loved our veterans, did
Mhm.
a lot of work with the veterans. She was really in a lot of partnership with the Marines. She had a whole campaign with the Marines back in the 60s. I am very much a huge advocate for the Army with Jim Martin and the D-Day World War II veteran that I wrote with. And she drove a Porsche, and I don't drive a Porsche yet, but I'm
Oh
saving
yeah,
for
it's
one
coming. Maybe it's coming.
one of these days. Anyway, we just had so many things in common. It was one thing after the next. And even her boots, she put a LH on the heel of her boot, and my blue cowboy boots have a KW. So
Nice.
it's just it was very like, whoa,
What a great story, and that's going to be great. Like, I hope you get some content out of that. Like,
I did,
yeah,
but I'm actually going back because her daughter and I made a great connection. I'm gonna go back on Tuesday,
good
get
stuff.
kind of whatever's left, go through it and
Yeah,
see, what else is there. And I didn't want to be too greedy and take too much, but she had so much. It was overwhelming. And I can't imagine what the family must have been sorting through. If I'm looking at the leftovers, I cannot imagine what was there to begin with.
man, you
So it
know
was
how it
beautiful.
is though. Like the music business is like you collect everything. I feel right. Like you don't want to throw anything away.
Well, and one of the other things I think we had in common is that Lynn and I both love to connect with our people and
Yep.
our fans. And in return, part of that is they give you a lot of gifts. They give
Yep.
you hats, they give you bracelets. So my closet is also filled with gifts.
Yeah.
So she said she thinks a lot of this was given to her by hat companies, belt companies,
Sponsorships. Yeah.
sponsorships,
Yep.
fans. There's no telling the collection.
Yeah, I think I met Lynn when I was younger too.
Did you?
Yeah, I used to live in Massachusetts well, that's where I was born and raised. But we had like these little festivals that would come through town, and I remember like Lynn Anderson, Mel Gibson, Mel Tillis, Freddie
Oh
Fender,
wow.
the Kendalls, like all these folks that I met when I was real little, like probably 9 or 10 years old. So I remember
Was
Lynn
it a
Anderson as being one of those.
was it a fair? I know she did a lot of those
It might
fairs.
have been part of a fair. Yeah, I think it might have been part of a fair. But
The fair thing was a little bit before my time. I
yeah,
never that was more of an older thing. They don't do that quite as much. I think they still do, but back then it was huge, I
yeah,
think.
it's usually when you're on your way up or coming back down, right? Like from starting, which I hate that anyway, right? Like I hate that people look at it that way. But you talked about Lynn Anderson. Let's talk about the big song like that you went viral for, which is when I first heard about you, which is Harper Valley PTA. And
Oh yeah,
this is
Jeannie
going to tie into the story
C.
that I have for you. So I am pretty good friends with Jeannie C. Riley. And so
Wow.
I don't name drop very often on this show, but the first time I saw you was in that video. And
No
I
kidding.
swear to you, I have a video somewhere of Jeannie C. Riley watching your video for the first time.
Please send me that.
I'm trying to find it. Like, I am trying to find it. I'm struggling to find it. But all I can say is she was very, very, very impressed
I would
with your
love to
rendition.
see that. That would be amazing. One of my fans brought me a signed Jeannie C. Riley album.
Wow.
It's the old original
Yep.
album, the 70s. She had it, had a big collection her mom had, a bunch of stuff was signed, and she said, "You need this." So she gave that to me. So
Yeah.
I treasure that one.
So yeah, I remember those days, and I mean, she was very, very impressed. And in fact, we were doing a podcast episode that day for the Ricky Lynn Gregg show, who's a friend of mine as well. And
Okay, yeah.
Ricky and Jeannie kind of came up in the business together, and so we were just kind of it was kind of a reunion for them. They hadn't seen each other in like 25 years. And so one of the
That,
topics, obviously, of that podcast was Harper Valley PTA, and that's I was like,
wow.
there's a girl going viral with this song, like literally right now, and she had no idea. So
That's so cool. Yeah.
yeah.
Wow. What an interesting story and an interesting wow, a
Have you met
small
her
world.
yet?
I've not met her, no.
Hmm.
I haven't. I've been really blessed being in Nashville to bump into some
Yeah,
big,
that
huge
happens. Yeah.
stars. And then also I've been blessed to open for some. So I really need to sit down on a rainy day and write down everybody I've met so I don't lose track of that. Because I just keep meeting amazing, inspirational musicians from
Yeah.
all
Make
over.
sure you make time for your memories. That's really important.
I know. I do need to sit down and write down just only people that I've actually met personally.
Right. Yeah.